And there you are. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Pidgin Live. And there you are.
Look at me, hey, I'm inside. Island sounds, island wide, heavy on Hawaiian style. Gather round, come hear the sound coming at you from all around. Heavy on Hawaiian style. Heavy, I'm heavy on Hawaiian style. I'm heavy on Hawaiian style. I'm heavy on Hawaiian style. Heavy, I'm heavy on Hawaiian style. I'm living on the Valley Isle. I'm heavy on Hawaiian style.
Ooh, how's it, gang? Let me turn this little background music action on. Hold on. Right back. There you go. Let's move this up a little bit so we can see some motion. This is Maui, me going from one side of the island to the other. And just to give us something to look at while we say aloha kakahiaka to those who have showed up. Hey, how's it, Miles? Nice to see you. We're real. I don't know how to say that really, but how's it? Thank you so much for being here. And there's Cindy Krause and aloha, excuse me, aloha nani aloha. That sounds funny to say. Hey, how's it, Mr. Turtle? And there's Mariana. Hold on, I gotta warm my voice up. I was not singing along to OG Sumo Vibe song, what I usually do to try to warm up, but I was baiting Menehune. I know, but looks like I never catch anything this morning, so I'm all right. How's it, DJ Schmook? I always had the S in there, sound more cool. Schmook, but it's smoke. I know. Hey, Vicky Asato, aloha kakahiaka. Yeah. What does it say here? What's he go? Weeru. Oh, Weeru. Okay. But what about the Rio part? No? It's just Weeru, Rio. Okay, Weeru. We'll go with Weeru. Wow. That turns out to be kind of a tongue twister. I know. I always compare it to reading personalized license plates in L.A. You know, you're like, what is that? I don't know. What we doing? Anyway, let's move on and say, how's it, too boring pilot? There's Green Man in the house. How's it, Devin? Paliana, showing face right here. Oh, look at that. Hey, Nani Aloha saying, good morning to Medium 7-Up, as Miles. I know, boring pilot, kakahiaka. Oh, no type, good. Nah, this is a typing and spelling free zone. You know that, huh? Whew. Yeah, just easier than what? Rio. I know, funny, a lot of times people type things and goes, oh, that looks cool, and then people try to say it, like me, and mess it all up, so sorry about that. I know, Pokoleti, how's it? Hey, what's this? Oh, hey, here comes the raid. I gotta move over here so I get out of the way. OG Sumo Vibe coming over with 17 people. He does this every morning. How cool is that? Yes, I know. Well, it's kind of where we gather. We call it the pre-Pidgin party. You know, the talk about alliteration, huh? I know. Darlene, how's it? And there's Rick, how's it? The two S's in the house. Great to have you guys here. Okay, let's see now. Let me get this a little bit closer so I don't need to talk as loud. Okay, the morning kind of rough. Every morning is different, you know. When you speak every morning, you know. Well, I mean, most people speak every morning, but I mean, stop. I'm over explaining. Jimmy Rick, how are you? Did the rain ever come to you, Andy? I see no jacket today. Must not be as cold. No, it is not as cold. And yes, the rain did show up a little bit yesterday, off and on, just enough to stop me from mowing the lawn, which is kind of overdue. But every time I can do it, it rains, and I don't like to mow the lawn when it rains. Hey, how's it, Soda? Good to have you here. Okay, let's see. Aloha, my avatar crush in the house. How are you? Ooh, things just got better. I know. Yeah, every time I go to, I don't like to mow the lawn when it's wet because it gets all soggy and heavy in the bag, and you gotta, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Just messier. Lady Murasaki coming over on the raid, as did Nancy Nakamura and Joyce Lynn and Michelle, all the raiders hanging out together. There we go. Yes, Rick Iwamoto, how you, my brother? Okay, Pualani, Medium Mile 7 Up, how's it? And there's Michelle, 13805. Oh, wonder what that stands for. I do not know. Okay, Nancy Nakamura, our party starter, and there's SD Dodger. How you, SD? Let's see, how's it? Oh, just saying, how's it? Okay, hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh, not that cold, but ooh, boom, boom, boo, boo, boom, boocha. Oh, bambucha, bambucha. Okay, is that what that is? You mean like bambucha as in big? The bambucha, I remember that when you was playing egg gates. Pack. Oh, I'm gonna use my bambucha. A lot of people don't know that's where Garen ball bearing came from, Yeah, it was because remember when you used to have the ball bearing and you used to use that, and whoo boy, you used that. You whacked the pile with the bearing. Garen, my ball bearing. I know. How's it, OG Sumo Vibe? Mahalo once again for the raid. Yeah, and I was over there a little bit doing the jump start. Whoo, got the heart pumping. And over here, hey, Michael, how you? Plus, get all the auto carrots. I know. Phew, the auto carrot is the meanest. I know. Okay, looks like we caught kind of everybody. I swim Spakanized Marmac. How's it, Marmac? Dixie Dreamer. Oh, I think's slowing down for you a little bit, huh? I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh, I know people do that in their job. Oh, it's so busy. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's so slow. Listen, we got some bad news. We're going to have to lay you off. It's not busy enough. I know. Ooh, Big Greg. Aloha no. Hey, good morning, Raiders. Yeah, Rick S. saying, how's it, Raiders? Thanks, Seth, for coming in. Did I say hi to Brother Bruce? Gotta say hi to the brother. I know. There he is, right there. Presley. Aloha no. Good morning, everyone. Ooh. Oh, what is this? Wild Willie is now hosting the show. Oh, mahalo, Wild Willie. Hey, look at that. I'm going to cover your face with my face. Just your hair. Ah, there she is. Aha. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah. She was the original diss. Michelle, mahalo for hosting the stream. Thank you so much. What that means, folks, is that if someone goes to their Twitch stream, they will see this stream, like they go to Brother Bruce, right? And instead of seeing a static picture, they see this. How cool is that? And where? Good morning, Ann. How are you? I know everybody. I love it when they call you aware. And you probably, I know you did that on purpose. Good morning, Hamajang Gang. Oh, Rick, mahalo for saying aloha to the whole whole gang over here. Huh? Okay, looks like I caught pretty much everybody here. Are we going to get to the bottom of the chat? When I get to the bottom, we go back to the top of the chat. And we stop and we look and we go for a ride. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Oh, Do Henriksen. Aha, never catch you. So I just went click on eyes you. Good morning. Did I say hi to Pualani? You never know. But look, Pualani. She can type at it, girl. This morning on the OG Sumo Vibe side, I had to, hey, there's Wild Billy. I had to throw the blanket of aloha. Whew, can I type that early? plus the rock and roll going on in the background. Whew, okay, Haulani, how's it? Oh, wow, that's the UK version of how's it? How's it? What, the auto carrot? I know, you gotta follow the auto carrot. Leads us who knows where. Okay, there we go, gang. We made it. Okay, let's take this, put it back in a corner, put this back over here, and we are live. Let's do the camera check. Boop. Okay, SpaceX. All things system call over here on the space test site. Okay, nose cam. Okay, nose cam going good. Oh man, we are firing on all cylinders today. What is up with that? By the way, if you're trying to read this, it says Ladies of Hawaii Truckers. Okay, this was, I hosted an all-female motorcycle run, and you know, I always hesitate to say filmed it. I'm so old school. You know, I shot it for my TV show, and you know, and they gave me one of the female truckers. A lot of them ride motorcycles, so they gave me a shirt. I know, I like it. It's so funny. Somebody, excuse me, does your shirt say "Ladies of Hawaii"? Yeah, why? I know. Oh, nice setup. Oh yeah, thank you, Presley. Yeah, this is the camera that you see mainly. That's this camera right here, right? And then this camera here is that. I don't know if you can't really see it, but it's right there, right? It's the same kind of camera. It's the same kind of camera as this. It's a Canon Andrew 70D. Yeah, kind of older now. And this camera here that you see, that's just the built-in camera on the iMac. You can kind of see the dot right there where the camera, the little green dot comes on. Yeah, but yeah. And the reason I have 3 cameras, and for those of you who frequent the show know, sometimes 2 of them will go out on the same day. But you know what? Not this morning. This morning is a good morning. I like this song. What a great morning song, yeah? Let me get my face out of here.
That things aren't going my way, 'cause that would be boring. Spend my last cent on cheese and champagne. What a wonderful morning. Never mind, she declined to the first date. It was only on my birthday. Never mind all the lines on the highway. Give me time to reflect a bit, 'cause I'm just having a good day. Having a good day. Having a real good morning.
How's it, Steven?
Just having a good day. Having a good day. Having a real good morning. Real good morning.
Veeks, you made it. Aloha.
Real good morning. I guess that things can only get better from here. But sometimes I wonder, I might have met the love of my life, but I lost a number. Never mind, she declined to the first date. I went to Vegas with a roommate. Never mind all the lines on the highway. I aim to misbehave, 'cause I'm just having a good day. Having a good day. Having a real good morning. I'm just having a good day. Having a good day. Having a real good morning.
Yes, Michael, it's very technical.
Having a good time, having a bad day, yeah. A real good morning.
Yay,
A
coffee
real
filters.
good morning. A real good morning. I'm just having a
Hello, Papi Cheney.
A real good morning.
As long as you can, I appreciate it.
Real good morning.
Whew, there you go, gang. And I hope you're having a real good morning. How things going for you so far? And for me, you know, I got to knock on wood. Things are going good. And, oh, man, I'm having a heck of a hair day, too. Look at that. I'll get the Waimea wave going this morning. You never know. You know, I get up, I brush it. Oh, is that where we're going? Okay, I guess that's it. Whew, okay. So, what are you saying? We need some freedom, so let's go to Freedom Road. Check it out.
I got my bags packed, timeline on track. My winter coat stuck in the closet way back. I won't be needing that. I won't be needing that. Ah. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
Maybe the shore break.
I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine. It's only blue skies on my horizon line, so far from the hurt and the bad times. I'm feeling so alive, I'm feeling so alive. Hey, yeah.
Is it spelled with a U or an
I'm
O?
ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
There you go. Hey, I was watching some Twitch streamers last night, kind of in the background when I was doing things, and I was really surprised at how many of them were talking about, you know, if it wasn't for the virus, I wouldn't be doing this. It turns out to be a good thing. When I lost all my gigs, you know, a lot of the musicians, you know, I was thinking, oh man, but if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have discovered this, and I like it a lot. And you know what? I'm kind of in that same boat. You know, I would have, well, you know, been trudging along doing stand-up, and you know, it's I think important to do something different. But anyway, where I'm going with this is, hold on, let's see, here it is. Click! What is something good that came out of staying home all the time, you know, most of the time, I should say. What is something good that came out of that? And what I'm doing is I'm purposely wording that to avoid saying, you know, Rona and, you know, all the evil things that a lot of times YouTube and everybody picks up on and for some reason go, oh, no, that's inappropriate, right? But I'm wondering, what are some of the good things that you have gone, you know, since I stay home more, you know, and I know a lot of you have gone back to work to it, but during that period, were you going like, hey, you know, I discovered some clothes I never wore, or I cleaned the garage and found a cool old knife I used to have, or what, you know, and what happened? If anything, let me know, okay? I was just kind of wondering about that, Mike. Hey, look at that. Wow, I didn't expect that one. Veeks. This is Kavika Ortiz on Maui there. My wife and I got closer. Oh, you know what? That means that your relationship is really solid, because a lot of people, it put too much pressure on their marriage. And I know. So, man, that really, you know, I would have to say that my wife and I did the same thing, you know. I was talking about that to my son-in-law the other day while we were working on the truck, about how, you know, and he's married, of course, to my daughter, but I said, you know, when you're single, it's like you kind of guys are doing your own thing, and then when you get married, you become a team. You know what I mean? You do things like, okay, you do this, I'll do that, and you do this, and you know what I mean? Whereas, you know, and you get really good at that. It's kind of like, I think they, you know, how you start finishing each other's sentences and stuff, and people are like, oh, doesn't that drive you nuts? No, I think it's cool. Since I'm teaching on Zoom, I can teach more students. I have private students all over the place. And by the place, you probably mean the world, right? Yeah. Ooh, look wild, Willie. Teleworking from home from April 2020. Yay! I know. Home. Think about how much money you saved on lunch and parking and all that kind of stuff. Oh, being here with you and the Hamajang gang. Mean. Yeah, Willie, we picked up on that. Yeah. The pandemic made the world push the limits of technology. We already had at our fingertips. Yes, especially think about, how'd you like to have had a piece of Zoom when that hit? Ooh, I don't need drive an hour for work anymore. I know, Weeroo. Mean, yeah. That's my both my daughter and my son-in-law, both teleworking at home. I know. It's a big deal when you got to put on pants, right? Oh, hey, man. I got to spend more time with my kids and organized my house. There you go. One good thing was tripping over the Pidgin News on YouTube. Oh, I remember when it was called Pidgin News. I know. That's funny. You know, I made some shirts that say Pidgin News, you know, just to see what they look like. I think I made one hoodie, but it was a small size, so I gave it to my wife. And the other morning when it was cold, she comes walking out and she has this hoodie on that says Pidgin News. I know. By the way, the reason we had to change the name from Pidgin News, remember, there was that guy in Nigeria, and he was doing a show called Pidgin News in that Nigerian pidgin. Wow. I changed a lot as a person. My writing improved. I discovered you guys. I became pregnant and almost murdered my teachers, getting closer with my siblings and parents. Oh, that's such a wonderful, heartwarming thought. Oh, just let me hold on just a second. Thank you, Soda. Okay. Now let's see. Oh, okay. I'm just lurking, going outside to do physical therapy because the sun is out. Oh, that's how. Take advantage. My gang who helped me cope. Oh. Thank you. If that was a K, it would be help me cope. You would be getting coffee. But Yeah, there you go, vanilla. Ah, oh, you know. Oh, let's see. I can read more. I can write more, and I don't have to go to the doctors every month, 4 hours away. Wow, 4 hours away? Such a mainland thing in Hawaii. Is like, what are you, flying to another island? Yes. I was working doubles a lot before the pandemic and never got a chance to spend much quality time together. Love the teamwork stuff. Yeah, that's how it is. It's no longer considered weird if I don't leave the house at all. Oh, so you were like that before the virus? Yeah. Some people like to stay home. I do. I hate to say it, you know. I know it feels weird, and I think it has a lot to do with, you know, every weekend going out and being in front of crowds and, you know, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week, you know. When I can stay home, it's like a vacation. People used to try to entice me to do charity events, and they'd say, we'll fly you to Maui, you can stay in a hotel, and we'll get you a rental car. Yeah, and we'll get you a voucher at a restaurant. I'm like, oh, thank you, boy. You know, when you first start in the business, oh, hey, that sounds cool. But then after a while, oh yeah, great, rental car agencies, love it. In all seriousness, watch out. The best part was finding you all and to have become an online ohana. I have learned a lot about Hawaii and just how to be a good person. Whoa, oh no, don't blame us. You're a teenager, you're supposed to be obstreperous. But that's a nice sentiment, Sears. Thank you. I almost said Seth. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get to anybody else here. I met all of the Hamajang gang, especially a special few. Wow, that's hard to say. Especially a special few. Oh, poor Lonnie, thank you so much for being here and including us in what you consider good. Too cold to go outside, so staying indoors during winter is no big deal. Just miss the group socializing and volunteering. Yeah, the volunteering part, I hear that come up, you know, people. You know, I used to go down to the church and, you know, do this and that, and I know. My mother was like that, you know, when she was alive. The church was a huge part. I mean, all her life, you know, I kind of grew up with that, but still, she... It was her whole social life. I mean, I'm serious. Every day, and you know, this function or that function or volunteering, or without the church, she would have just sat at home, you know. All through her, mostly through her 70s and 80s. And she was she died at 8, she was 89. Yeah, so stay home a lot. I'm an introvert in person. I don't mind being home. Yeah, me either. Lurk! Oh, okay. There you go. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, how are we doing here? Okay. Let's see. Looks like, you know, that's a lot of good stuff. And people are saying online, Shakalaka is in meeting and cannot really pay attention, but just as soon as I can. Oh, nice, Shakalaka. Thank you for the heads up. Oh, let's see here. I never heard the word obstreperous before. I learned a word. Obstreperous is like a punk band would be considered obstreperous. You know what I mean? They're just, you know, all over the place and out there and, you know, not much concerning of the rules. But I would say, yeah. But, yeah, you could highlight it and hit define and see if I'm correct. I didn't stay home due to the pandemic. Not much anyway. We went to working 5 days a week instead of 6, but I still had to work 7 days a week. Well, you're a vet, right? So, I'm guessing that your business went bing because everybody's home looking at their pets going, hey, I never noticed that lump. I know. I also had a religious awakening. Oh, here we go. I also had a religious awakening during the pandemic, but we do not talk religion here. No, we don't. So I thought you were going to say something. I will not go there. Okay, here's my religion story. When my friend Loretta Oblis got married to her husband, Dave, okay, Dave's family, I think, is kind of religious, right? And of course, Loretta's family, and she's a jazz singer and, an actress. And so all her friends are in show business, right? So, all the show business people are on one side and all these religious people are on the other at the wedding reception, right? So this guy gets up there and he says, I'd like to tell the story of when I first met Loretta. And I was so touched because I said, because we got to know each other because we prayed together. And that's when I knew she would fit in with our family, when Loretta and I prayed together. So would anyone else like to say anything? Right? And Loretta goes, oh no. And I get up there and I go, okay, I just want to say that when I first met Loretta, we were praying too. And I'll never forget the prayer. We had our heads in the toilet and we were saying, oh Lord, if you get us through this night, we promise never ever to drink again. Yeah, one side of the room thought that was really funny. Okay. I tell you what, let's go take a little cruise through Mililani town.
I heard about you long before we met. You're winsome and you're young, at least that's what they said. Underneath your glitter and your gold, you can't deny the fact that you are growing old. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty.
Oh yeah, you learned that at Lawrence. The extra time. Wow.
I haven't gotten used to your scent. I'm certain you have had another cigarette.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing could prepare me for your style. The way your laughter seemed to go for miles and miles. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep.
Thanks, Virgil girl.
Someday I will leave you.
New follower.
When I've had enough of your beauty.
Mahalo, Big Greg. Oh, cool, boring pilot. Little Kihoalo. We rule. Yeah, you can tell,
because for now, New York, you have a hold on me. Because for now, New York, you have a hold on me.
of people are smoking more.
Because for now, New York, you have a hold on me.
Oh, there you go. By the way, yeah, wait, hold on. It says here, I think Vanilla says, Andy, you're so funny. Have you ever considered being a stand-up comic? In the business, that's what we call a duck. Okay. In pool, right? When you play pool, good pool players, if there's a shot that's so easy that anybody could do it, right? They call it a duck, and people will tease you, yeah, get your duck, because it's such an easy shot, right? So the comedic version of that is, hey, you're funny. Have you considered a stand-up? You know, the association is so. What would be the word? Quotidian. Anyway, yeah, but no, I've never considered that, by the way. I haven't considered it for over 40 years. Let's say cute little kid voices at the end. I know, I like that song. I play pool. I used to play it a lot. Yeah, well, there's a lot of similarities between comedy and pool. In fact, this guy told me one time, okay, comedy is like playing pool. The one that does it the most is the best. So I played pool for a month, and I didn't get any funnier. I don't know. It's weird. See the juxtaposition there? That's what we're looking for. That's that level that you don't see on normal street comedy. I know. You gotta have that juxtaposition aware. And I just love how you're always relieving the dolphins. Okay. So, you know, there was a lot of that came out of staying home, you know. I love the, you know, whoever posted that thing about now I'm cooking food that takes longer to prepare. Wow. And then I think it was Devin who said she's getting good at video games. I know. Wow. Dolphins. Hello. OG, what? Ever Beach Boy taking off? I didn't see that. Where is he going? Oh, okay. We'll see you, everybody, tonight. Oh, on YouTube. Back to work I go. Oh, but thank you for showing face. Appreciate it, OG Ever Beach Boy. I know. There we go. In fact, what do you say? Because we miss OG Ever Beach Boy, let's go through Ever. I know.
A simple word, and us is much more than you heard. Two little letters come together.
I don't know if you follow the studies on that, Jimmy Rick, but they say it's not like when there's a blackout or something, because you know, people were kind of forced together and, hey, what do you want to do? Stop bothering me. So we'll see. The proof is in the pudding. Cute. cool song. Who did that? It's like my daughter quoting Doors lyrics to me. Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Is as real as can be. Two little letters change forever, and we will touch the skies above the sea. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I can't get enough.
Lift with your legs, boring pilot. Soda, I was being facetious. Yeah, Soda. I was a fan of Billy Joel when he was really skinny. So I know, and I'm not joking. My my daughter did that to me. You know, Dad, have you ever heard of the Doors? I know. Oh man, Crystal Ship. Oh, I used to like I used to hum that constantly when I was in high school. Before you slip into unconsciousness, may I have another kiss, and then another. Oh man, they were so good. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that that the name "The Doors" was about, you know, they considered themselves you know, a vessel to move through to another place, right? A door, right? And they were the doors to take people to another place. I know, Jim Morrison. Did you see the movie on him starring Val Kilmer? Val Kilmer killed it in that movie, but also how you know, that I read this also in his biography, but when he was always kind of a chubby kid, and then he lost weight, and all of a sudden he was attractive to women, and it was like, what? I know. That's something that a lot of guys don't really experience, you know, being attractive. You know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm attractive, but I'm just saying that, you know, most women to some degree can be attractive, right? Just because of the nature of men, right? But men don't generally experience that, you know, and when that happens to them, they're just like, what? You want to meet me for no reason? I don't have to be clever and have cool lines or a nice car. Oh, Jim Morrison liked to party. Oh, what are you kidding? Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. We're going to the roadhouse, gonna have a real good time. When I lived in Topanga, I lived very close to where the roadhouse used to be. It burnt down, but that was what that song was about, him driving through Topanga Canyon, you know, because he was always a little, you know what, and Well, keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. Who love Val Kilmer? Yeah, I know. I'm a huge Val Kilmer fan. What was the movie? Heat? Was he killer in Heat with De Niro and Pacino? Whew, I know. Let's see. Fun fact. Okay, here. The singer "I Will Always Love You" by Houston is a cover. Yeah, of course. It was no. It was by Cyndi Lauper. No, it was by Dolly Parton. Fun by girl. Oh, and I'm sorry. And also a cover was is also a cover. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, Dolly Parton wrote, I think, "Always Love You." And Cyndi Lauper, I don't know who did the original version of that, but sometimes people do a version and they own it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what Israel Kamakawiwo'oli did, with the Sachimo song. I know. I'm as ugly as a mud fence. But maybe not on the inside, Michael. And believe it or not, women are not as concerned about that as men think. It's like men think that, big biceps and, arms are cool. And I think women like that to a certain amount. But then when you ask women what they look at, generally it's not what men think. I will stop there. I know. Turn around. Let's check that action out. I know. Val Kilmer as the Saint. Woo! Oh, yeah. I know. Doc Holliday was another one. Yes, I know. But he had some medical issues. People don't realize that he had some medical issues, and that's when he did that weight gain and all that. And maybe I'm falling victim to, PR campaigns and stuff. But I heard him talk about, and I forget exactly what it was. Yeah, vanilla, Coke, Pepsi. There are worse things. Yes, there definitely are. I know. Oh, let's see. Oh, I hope it goes okay. Opai Almodo, what you going through, Opai Almodo? I missed it. What was Valaoing and what? You post something that we should be concerned about? Oh, here it is. No wonder you change your avatar and I missed it. Look at that. Oh, you get your stops hanging in front of a mirror. Okay, Gang K. Get major power outage. Oh, and water pressure. No water pressure. Oh, what is it? By the way, these big things hanging from the mirror. You got to be careful about that, because if it's large, a cop has a reason to stop you anytime he or she wants to, because they can say, "Oh, we saw an obstructive, item hanging in the car that could obstruct the view of the driver." Yeah, I know. Today is Ash Wednesday. Okay. Guess we gotta walk through the grocery store and see all those people with that ash on their heads. And when you look over and you see them with the ash on their heads, they give you that look. Yeah, I know. Chill. Go ahead, say something so I can run into my little paragraph that I say every time someone mentions it. Yeah, okay, I got it. And it's funny when the kids do it. Excuse me, you have some dirt on your face. Well, I know. Okay. Well, what? Okay, I'm not even going to read that. Okay. The thing I like about today's restrictions is I don't have to care about all the girly beauty requirements. Love letting my hair just be and not not needing makeup, etc. Yeah. Have you ever done that thing? I mean, I think it was a challenge for a while where women were saying that, to leave the house without makeup I know people get addicted to it. Jack Lord toward the end, you never saw him without makeup. And he'd always say the same thing. Oh, I just came from the set. Your show has been canceled for about 3 years now, Jack. I'm just saying. What's with? I was shooting a spot or commercial, or you get addicted to it. I'm guessing. I don't know. I always tell people, that just get into a show business, right? Take bad pictures, all your publicity shots, everything. Just make sure they look really bad. That way, when people see you in person, they go, "Hey, you look good." Did you lose some weight? Oh, well, I'm just saying, I got this. Wow, you have really been working on yourself. I know. It's hard to be a woman. And, and of course, what do they say? It's mostly about reactions from men for a lot of them. Maybe it shouldn't be. It's hard to be a man.
Makes me weak. That's what makes me doubt what I speak. It makes me doubt who I am. Am I a man?
So true, Darlene.
He beats me with ease at being just what he is. Though tiny and meek, he does not doubt what he squeaks. He doesn't doubt what he is. He is a mouse, and he's far more a mouse than I'm a man.
Presley, for some, that's waking up. That's because I'm always flirting with her. Wow. Hold up going down with the gun store. Just caught that. I know. Well, it's like that. I included that because of that whole being a man thing, Some people, I need a gun to do that, I don't know. Andy, I just never paid attention to a woman being painted or stylish. No makeup and barefoot is all I need. Well, everybody has their flavor, you know what I'm saying? Some people I remember, there was I remember having a conversation with a guy, this years and years ago when we were all, catting around in bars and stuff. And a guy was telling me one time, a woman has got to have dark red lipstick. It's got to be just dark and red. I can't be with any woman that doesn't, and I'm going, bro, it's like, it's applied, it wipes off. What do you expect? You're going to marry some girl? She get up in the morning, she's going to have dark red lipstick on? I mean, come on, bro. I know. I remember telling my son early on, when we were having these, Dad, I'm interested in this girl kind of stuff, which is the kind of relationship we had. I was so thankful for that. My dad and I never talked about women ever on any subject, right? But anyway, so I was telling him, he's going, I said, the trick is be yourself. Because if you're not yourself, right, and you get together, eventually this facade that you created will wear off, right? And sometimes she might have a facade that will wear off, but still, if you can minimize the amount of BS that you put out there, right? And if she does the same, you guys are closer because you don't have 2 layers of BS to get through before you really meet, And it's hard to do, to be yourself. With my wife now, I did that. I was with someone who every time I looked at another girl, I mean, if I just glanced at her, what's that? What are you doing? Like, well, she's attractive. I just glanced over at her. I mean, my God. Well, I mean, don't do that. What do you mean, don't do that? So when, I met my wife, I said, I'm just gonna, and she just, you, but that's who I am, right? I'm not flirtatious. I'm not lascivious. I'm just, whoa, someone once said, if the barn needs painting, paint the barn. Oh, that's an interesting analogy. Yeah, I know a lot of women doubt their natural beauty. They don't need makeup. You don't know how beautiful they are without it. Well, yeah, but you know what? And it's marketing, and you think makeup industry would ever go, we've decided that what we sell is not needed, and that's not what's glamorous. You don't buy our product. You're nice enough as you are. It's not gonna happen, Andy, women look at attractive men too. Yes, I mean, of course they do. I can't. It's hard for me to look through that lens, but I try as best I can. I mean, here's a perfect example of that, Darlene. Don Ho told me one time. He said, well, hold on. No, let's do Don. He said, Andy, a lot of people, they come to my show and they see all the men on my stage, mostly men. And they think, what? Don the kind or what? But, who gonna come see handsome men on stage? Women. If you like women in your audience, no put women on your stage, Andy. Put men. Don! I know. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Oh, I know. Anyway, I like Lady Gaga without her makeup, and gets up when she gets up in A Star Is Born. Yeah, I didn't much like that movie though, but yeah, I like her personally, and I thought he was great in it. I mean, no, he's a good guy, but as far as the whole movie, it's like, okay, that's been done. The Streisand one with Christopherson, and of course the original before that. Those were pretty good. And to try to do that again and then change the ending, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I get it. Wonderful effort. Nice songs. Didn't do it for me. Yeah. Yeah. What's this here? Went to a thing and they asked what you did to attract each other. Anyone said different things, came to me and said nothing. Surprised till I said I wanted him to know me. Oh, yeah, exactly. I remember when I first met my wife, you know, the first day we were hanging out and stuff like that, and I was being funny, and, you know, and I was, you know, doing my on self, trying to, you know, make her laugh, because that's what I was known for. And by the way, she didn't know who I was. She had been gone. She was out of the country. So when she came back, you're what? You do what? You know, and at this point, you know, I was, you know, fairly popular in Hawaii. But anyway, and I was doing all, you know, like that. And she finally, at some point, just reached over, put her hand on my shoulder and went, okay, you can stop. And I went, oh, thank you. And it was like this weight lifted off of my shoulder. Okay, cool. I don't have to be on, you know. Yeah. The original Starborn, who was in it? I forget, but it was in black and white, and it God, it flashed for me in a second. You can Google it, you know, take you a sec. But I know. I only remember the wax scene. Another thing, I don't know how females can do that every 2 weeks. Well, at some point, say stop. And we'll end there on that subject. No, it wasn't Barbra Streisand in the original one. The original one was, it was, God, he keeps, it just popped into my mind again. There was the black and white one. Was Judy Garland? Judy Garland? Okay, and Robert Stack? I forget. Yeah, I forget. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Let's take a breath and here's a little tune about a guy who realized that he's being kicked out, and it was probably a good idea, I think. Here we go.
Push me out to sea, baby. It's the best thing for us both. I'll be happy out there, baby. Fish below and stars above. And you'll be happier without me. Push me out to sea, baby. There's nothing left for you to do. We did our best with our love, baby, but it brought us down so low. And you'll be happier without me. Now wash up on your beach one morning, strange shell lying on the shore. You put me to your ear and I'll whisper what today I just can't say. Then you throw me back into the water and forget you ever found me, and forget you ever lost me. Push me out to sea, baby. It's the best thing for us both. I'll be happy out there, baby.
How's it, Wayne?
Fish below and stars above. And you'll be happier without me.
Mahalo ku'aloha.
You'll be happier. You'll be happier. You'll be happier.
Wayne 808. Mahalo for the 100 biddies. Thanks, Al.
You'll be happier. And you'll be happier without me.
Cindy Krause. Thanks, Al. Ooh, you guys dropping the ducats in the bucket. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like that song because it's a guy who goes, yeah, I get it. And you know what? Probably a good idea. Weeroo. Hey, mahalo. 100 biddies. Appreciate it. Oh, what? Hype train? Huh? Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Oh, guys. Okay. If can, but, please don't sweat it, I think the hype train is designed to get people to go, oh, I got to be part of that. But you know what? Just being here, and that's really enough. Steven, thanks, Steven, RDX. Hey, 94B, another 59 ducats. Yeah, Steven dropped 20. Hey, enough. Appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Lila. Oh, appreciate it. There's another 25 ducats in the bucket. Always nice. Thank you. Hey, Wayne, 808 Music. 100 biddies. Appreciate it. Thanks, hold on. Dude. Okay, there you go. Oh, you, K today, I know a lot of people, what is with the K? Yeah, that just means they're lurking. We call it the wellness check here. Yeah, I always have to explain that, it's like, remember when you send somebody a long text and they answer K? Well, guess what? We went embrace them. That's right. So the K to us is a wellness check. Just a way to let us know you okay. Catch? Yeah. And if you're having an especially good day, hey, no shame, capitalize that K. Then we know. That's right. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, and here's Weeroo with some foreign acronym that I have no idea what it means. There we go. Hey, LMNOP, QRSTUV, and a WX and a Y and Z. But dyslexics, I've told this story before, but, you dyslexics, to do the alphabet, yeah. So when I was a kid, can you sing the alphabet song? And there was a typewriter near, so I would cheat. Q, W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P, A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, Z, N, V, C, V, B, N, N, M. Now I know my QWEs, so what do you think of me? Lurkin. Oh, there you go. Okay, 94B. That's good. Looks like I need to reboot. Uh-oh, don't let that happen. Reboot. Oh, just lurking. I'm at work. Oh, how's it, Island Boy? Thanks for being here. Oh, look at that Veeks on Maui. 300. No make you bugger. Thank you so much. Kavika Ortiz right there. I know. I know you have the same problem. There's certain things. I look at dyslexia as a gift. Don't get me wrong, but in fact, there's a book, great book. You want to read it? It's called The Gift of Dyslexia. But anyway, I remember when I was a kid, they always used to want to play hide and go seek with me because, okay, you got to count to 100. And then instead of running away, the kids would hang around because I would be going 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would always mess it up. And then you used to hear them all laughing. Oh, when you're a kid. Mean. I know. All I know is ASDFJKL. ASDFJKL. Oh, that's because they're the home keys on the fingers. They used to call them home keys. I didn't learn how to type till I was 35. That's when I bought a typewriter, you know, like a put paper in it, and I practiced and I taught myself to type. Now I can do it without looking. I know. Oh, sometimes kids can be mean. Sometimes. Oh, I think back to some of the things I did as a kid, and you didn't realize at the time. You thought it was funny because all your friends laugh, and then you realize, oh, that was kind of mean. I wonder how, the people we did that to. Whoa, what's that? Oh, wait, hold on, gang. You hear that? That's my guard dogs. Someone has the audacity to walk past my house on the sidewalk with their dog. I know. That's why we have these vicious animals ready to pounce. Okay, there we go. Oh, no bully baby. Bully baby. What does that mean? Oh. Miles, what does that mean? Oh, no bully baby. I don't get it. Oh, sometimes kids can. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm off. Kids will never know that sound you just made regarding the typewriter. Ding! Oh, what is it? Let me get the delete. Okay. I know. IBM Selectric with the ball and the autocorrect ribbon. Oh no, that's another level. Remember when the ball came out? I used to like the. I know. Oh, I had typewriter class. I know. I showed a 5-year-old our manual typewriter. He loved it. Oh yes. Okay, Puku. I know. Enough already. Hey. I don't know why I call him. He's so deaf he can't hear me. He and I are the deaf ones in the house. My wife always compares the two of us because, it calls us the dog and me both don't react, and then Kinako's. I know. How many of you can touch type? Do you have to look at the keys? Can you touch type? Oh, here's whiteout. Oh, you inspock that, huh? What was that joke? How can you tell if on Portuguese been using your computer, there's whiteout on the screen? I don't think they even teach cursive. Oh, I don't think they even say cursive. Do they? Remember what longhand, cursive, script? Yeah, that had all kinds of names, remember? I don't know. Who knows what they teach in elementary. My kids are working on their doctorates. I don't think I heard any dings for the typewriter. I went ding. Remember when you get to the end and it would ding and right? Well, maybe you had a newer model. Nueva. Sorry, I'm gonna make you more Hawaiian. Nueva. Andy, I remember in my business class, my typewriter, the whiteout fluid. I'm glad we have that. It's much easier now. A lot of people would say it's more difficult, My mom was one of those. Oh, I like the typewriter so much easier. Mom, yeah. There are collectors of old typewriters. Actor Tom Hanks among them. Ooh, I guess they're going up. You know, there are those kind of things like barber's chairs. I had a friend who collected barber's chairs. And I'm like, what? He got this old barber chair. Then he took it apart, antique brass plated, reupholstered the thing, and then he put it back together. I went, wow. All of a sudden you got a $5,000 chair that you picked up at a garage sale for $15, you know, and you put, you know, 200 into it. I don't know. Yes, they do teach cursive. Aha. I can touch type. There we go. I touch type one finger at a time. Ah, Green Man, just subscribe. Thank you for renewing your subscription, brother. Okay. Yeah. I better ship this old portable Olympia to Tom then. Yeah, he was wondering when you were going to do that. You know, I'm sure Tom. And did that Shakalaka package come yet? No? Okay, I'll just do another movie and kill time. That's me, collecting a few typewriters. Really? No, Andy, I meant I preferred what we have now is easier. Yeah, I got that. I'm sorry. I meant to say that my mom thought it was the other way around. She thought typewriters were easier. I know. I tried to teach her the whole computer thing. I said, well, a lot of people your age, you know, Facebook, get together with your friends. I found some people, you know, some people. But, and then, you know, the problem is at that point, she could still see well enough, but she was on the edge. And I think it was worse than she let on. So that was a problem. There are beautiful vintage typewriter photo book. Tom Hanks wrote the forward. He's that into it? Oh, that's trippy. Wow. That really surprises me. Man. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Let's go through Kani Ohe. I love the words to this song.
Bodies can take quite a beating. They make love and heal broken bones and keep you just fine until something inside the size of a speck starts to grow. A friend was a month from his wedding when he was sat down for the news. His wife, the nurse, took him over to church and said a prayer to the Savior they knew. And oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you'll find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. Wedding was a hell of a party. We all drank and danced all night and watched and smiled when he spun her around and he held her body so tight.
Hello.
The next day his wife took a razor, shaved off every hair on his head, looked at his face and said, I love you just the same, as they wandered swiftly back to bed. You know, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. Couldn't sleep and their tear tracks wiped from their cheeks, fighting for no reason at all, with a helping hand to pick up every fall, till they were sat down in the waiting after 6 long months had gone by, and they got the news that the cancer reduced and he was gonna be alright. 'cause he started remission. And she kissed him on his head. He said he loved her and he was finally cured of any doubts he ever had. Well, oh, sometimes I wonder if there's a reason life gets so hard. Well, maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart. So maybe you find what holds you together when things try to tear you apart.
What was that? There we go. What? I know. Okay. What, you just ate? You smell like dog food. I know. Oh, let's see. I can say it's my thankful to Bet Nesmith Graham, mother of Mike Nesmith of the Monkees, for inventing liquid paper. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, she invented liquid paper, which is white out, I guess. Kirako, how are you? People saying hi to you. How come you never say hi back? What? Oh, yeah, okay. Put my hand on the mouse and the paw comes out. Hey, never mind the mouse. Scratch my face. Oh, I crave Chinese food. Oh, okay. Happy dog. Oh, yeah. That came out wrong. What? Craving Chinese food? Yeah, no. Every time I hear Chinese food, I think of that terrible joke about, how did it go? Oh, yesterday I had German Chinese food. An hour later, I was hungry for power. Some jokes just hit me right, you know. I have a collection of things that people have said offhandedly that, you know, I just, you know, I used to have them written down. I can only, let's see if I can remember a couple. Oh yeah, we were in a conversation, and someone said that Hitler used to paint houses for a living, right? And one of the guys I was hanging around with said, "Really? Oh, wow. I can't tell you how many times I have had my house painted by someone bent on world domination." And then a good friend of mine, Larry Fleece, we were sitting around, we were at his house, and they were organizing a party, and he asked his wife, "Honey, who's coming to the party?" And she said, "Everyone." And he turned to me and he goes, "My God, where are we going to put the Chinese?" Oh, it's fun to have glib friends. I love Chinese food for Lent. No vegetables, lo mein, until April. Oh, but, yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was declined from art school. Well, you know, plus, you know, the economic situation had a lot to do with it. And they're you know, I'm a big fan of that period. My mom is from Germany, and she grew up under the Hitler regime, and gave me insights to it that she said, you know, you wouldn't believe when, you know, people, you know, would, how it was during there. And, you know, people forget that if Hitler, you know, was assassinated in, let's say, 43 or 42, or was it maybe around 38 even there, he would have gone down as one of the greatest men in Germany. you know, because what he was credited with having done, and then all of a sudden he got crazy. A lot of people think it was because the Germans invented speed, right? And they thought it was some kind of vitamin, and Hitler was eating them like M&Ms, and got a little paranoid, I think. I know. Woo! Okay, I gotta tell you. Let's see. Where did we go? Did we go through Mililani? I can't remember. Let's see if this looks familiar. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. Oh my. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, let's get a little bluesy.
One, two, three, four.
Got to find a way if you wanna go. Got to find a way if you want to go. There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own. Got to hit your heart if you want to love. Got to hit your heart if you want to love. There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
Yep, Rick, for me, it's what was what the car had. You know, I had a car with an 8-track, I had a car with a cassette player, and then I got a car with a CD player. So I enjoyed all those periods. Now I got one with
Got to
Bluetooth.
choose your way
No.
if you want a change. Got to choose your way if you want a change.
Hi, daughter, too.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own way. Got to find your own home if you want to live.
Let's not get into Hitler, okay?
Got to find your own home
Sorry, my fault.
if you want to live. There ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to find your own.
Cindy, I had a Volkswagen with a 4-track. A lot of people don't know those even exist. 8-track was the upgrade. Woo!
Got to sing your soul if you want to know. Gotta sing your soul.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm sorry.
But if you wanna know, you know you gotta let go. If you want your own, got to let it go. If you wanna fly,
Yep.
gotta let it go. If you wanna fly, there ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
There's generally only 4 good tracks on an album back then anyway. And this had 8 songs, right? Remember you buy an album and 2 cuts were good, maybe? Yeah, it was in a 53 Bug and it had a cloth sunroof and semaphores. funny. 4-track must have been like laser disc. Ooh, remember those guys? Laser disc. I never bought one laser disc. Didn't understand it, you know. I know. Harmonica solo. Semaphores for turn signals. Oh, yeah. The old Bugs had these, they were like in the center post between the back window and the front window and the door, you know. There was that, you know, that slot right there. Yeah, there were these semaphores and they would go in like this. And when you hit the turn signals, they would come up and there was a light and they would blink. And they did it on both sides. Really hard to find that now. You know, and a lot of people went, ugh, and then bundled them over and just, you know, disconnected them. And then the purist, boy, there's a semaphore under there. I know. My dad's 66 911 just had a radio. God, I was just looking at a 66 911. Yeah, I know. I remember as a kid going into the Porsche dealership looking at the 66s. And I remember asking the guy, what's a 912? I know the 911. What's the 912? Oh, man, I wish I had a 66 912. The 912s were just like the 911s, except they had 4 cylinders instead of 6 cylinders in them. You know, yeah, and they were, I think they had 2-inch smaller wheelbase, and but whatever, but they still, you know, they were just squirt around town cars, you know, great gas mileage. But of course now, you know what a lot of people are doing to those? They're taking them and converting them to electric. So you see a lot of the old 912s, because of the way the engine compartment was, you can convert it to electric. So they look like a 66 912, but electric. How cool would that be? Oh. Yeah, I know, Wild Willie. Oh, me too. Never bought a laser disc, yeah, which is why they're not around anymore. Nobody bought it. I know. Wow. Hey, how's your photo look? Are you better? I stopped by real quick the other day. I lurked your page. I was working on something, so I didn't stay because I get distracted. But, yeah, there we go. Let's see here. Andy, any green screen tips? I just got one. Yes. Okay. Be as far away from the green screen as you can, okay? Because if not, when you light the screen, the green bounces off it, hits you, and that's when you get that weird green outline, okay? That's tip 1. Be as far away as you can get away with. I mean, if you can get 6 feet away, that's like minimum, right? The next one is light the green screen as evenly as possible, okay? And that will help also. Another one too is whatever camera is shooting the green screen, okay? Adjust the light and the depth of field so that it's as blurry as possible, so there aren't any hard lines, okay? And that way, what you see something? You want to go over there? And that way, it'll be even when you do the green screen. There's a whole bunch of other stuff too. Okay, go down, go get them, go get them. Wow! Oh yeah, there we go. You seen the ears perk up? Somebody walking by the house. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, listen. If you know, Miles, you can email me if you have specific stuff. But you know, let me know. Yeah, I green screened. There's all kinds of other fine tuning things depending on the program you're using, right? Okay. And another big one, don't wear green. You'd be surprised, I know. Oh, so your stereo signal has 2 of those tracks at a time? I'm lost. Yeah, there we go. No wear green. Hey, I did a green screen show, and you know, Famous Amos, Wally Amos, showed up, and he had green in his shirt. I told him specifically, don't wear green. And he shows up, he's got sort of like, it looks like he's got holes in his body where this thing, yeah, Go get him, Kinako. Yeah, I know. Oh, Weeru. Thanks, Andy. Yep. Yeah, okay. And, you know, I don't know what, you know, how short your hair is now, but that's another thing, too. If you have, like, little wispy things in your hair that come out like that, sometimes those are hard. I mean, I'm not telling you how to wear your hair, but if you slick your hair back straight or you're bald or something, that's easier. But hair and fine lines, sometimes green screen struggle with that. But that's the, you know, floating head in the green shirt. Yeah, I did that on you know, I wrapped myself in a blanket, a green blanket, and went on a news program, you know, when they do the weather, and I floated my head around. Oh, hey, I'm in the weather map. How an 8-track works, how it reads. I don't know the technicality, shakalaka, but I do know that it would, when you wanted to find a song, oh, yeah, that track, no, that track, no, fast forward, no rewind, no, fast, was really difficult. Oh, just go bull ahead, more easy. There you go. Miles, got it? Oh, I'll be using my built-in MacBook camera on Zoom. So not sure how much tweaking I can do, but we'll see. Yeah, the thing about the MacBook camera, too, Miles, is that it will automatically change. Here, I'll give you an example. Hold on. See, this is a MacBook camera here. Okay, see how this looks? Now watch the lighting change when I add more light. Oh, no, it's not going to do it. Okay, sometimes when you do things, you know, the light compensates for itself. So if you set up, how come it's not doing it now? Usually when you add something bright, it darkens automatically. Oh, now it's not going to do it. Maybe there's enough contrast. But that's another thing. So in other words, you're shooting your show and you got your green screen and everything's cool, and then you hold up a white piece of paper, or you're wearing a, you know, or you bring your hands into the subject, it'll change. That's the only difference. And it's not, you know, the world will not end. Oh. The sound of effect of mechanical push buttons. Don't know what that means. Yep, I know what you mean with the lighting. Okay, yeah, good. What's it called? A dynamic range, I think, is the... It automatically compensates. Yeah. Click. What happened? What are we talking about? I'm lost, and I like, no, but forget it. I give up. Oh, let's go to Kailua. Is it raining? Oh man, it's raining again. Oh, I was hoping to mow the lawn. Anyway, let's enjoy more rain. Yes, I know that. We've talked about that before. Alert the media.
The world to give you, baby. I don't even have the time to tell you bedtime stories or to chase away the monsters from your mind. You know I can only give what I have. I'm sorry I was late today. I didn't get to see you dance the waltz.
Oh, yes.
Spinning around the living room all dressed up in your mother's clothes. Oh, you know I love her even when we fight. When I get home to you, I just wanna hold you and love you when you calling my name. Here I am.
They'll let you know, won't they?
I wish I had the world to give you, baby. I don't even have the time to tell you bedtime stories or to chase away the monsters from your mind. Oh, you know I can only give what I have.
Wow, we're really over time. I just noticed. Sorry, everybody. Love Pat Pat kind of shocked me back to reality. Who do you guys want to raid? The people I follow, I have, who's Casey Kuya? I don't know who that is. I got Mike Bass. Anybody else? Geico Music has 33. He's that real energetic keyboard guy. He does the looping. We could try somebody completely new. Maybe someone can do reconnaissance for us. What do you think? Oh, really? Oh, Leotard 7. Hey, mahalo for following. Okay. Ooh, hey gang, sorry. I just looked down at the clock and went, what? Yeah. And by the way, on this clock here, this clock is where is it? There. This clock is, you know, when you plug in and you set, and it runs a little fast. So every once in a while, I have to back it off. And plus, it gives people on the internet something to be right about. You know, people on the internet love to be right. Do you ever notice that? I mean, you can say anything, you know, the classic example. Oh, mahalo, Lawrence Paranara, for following. Appreciate that. You know, the classic example was that guy goes, this is the internet, watch. And he said, he put a picture of a rock. This is a rock. And then suddenly there was like, 25 posts. No, actually, it's a stone. Well, actually, depending on the material, it's, and, actually, it's little, and people just, So, yeah. And I love that example about a guy with one clock knows what time it is. A guy with two clocks is never sure. Yeah. Well, it's that's another example, and why we're going so long here. Now, we'll raid right after I get off this stupid subject. But what does they say? If you ask, if there was a clock that was broken and a clock that was 1 second fast and would always be 1 second fast, right? Which would you rather have? Now, a human goes, well, I would have the one that's 1 second fast, right? Well, if you asked a computer, based on wanting to know the exact time, it would pick the one that was stopped because that has the correct time 2 times a day, whereas this one would never have the right time. That's an old computer analogy. Well, no, what's the word? Yeah, self-actualization brings the meaning to the phrase self-actualization. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I guess I could spend, $200 on a clock that's Wi-Fi that connects it to Greenwich time, but that one was that was not cheap either. This was like $45. It was for me, and then it ended up there, and everybody liked it, so I left it. It's so when I got up from a nap, I would know exactly what time it is and not to think I was late. Okay, you know what, guys? Since we're so late, we're just going to raid. Let's. Who said it's we're going to go to. Okay, let's hold on. I know we're not going to play the Hawaiian style thing because we're so far over. Raid KC _ KUYACY. Okay? And someone said he was a wonderful singer, so that's where we're going. Actualization. Yeah, thank you for the phonetic spelling, whatever. Okay. Anyway, thank you for being here. And again, we're here every morning at 6 a.m. And then on Monday, Wednesday, today, and Friday, we're on YouTube at 3:30. That's 2 seconds, 2 minutes fast. And, you know, we'll be there. I know this is all Hawaii time. Okay, gang, maybe we'll see you on the other side. Let us know how. And refresh when you get there so brother get the credit for it. Okay, here we go. I'm chatting. Hit chat. And we're going over with 22, 24, 27, 31, 37, 38. Okay. Oh, he'll appreciate that because he has 43. So we're kind of matching him. Thanks, huh?